Am I the a-hole for wanting custody of my brother after my father's death? I, 23 female, lost my mom in an accident when my younger brother James was just 5 months old. Since our father was always working, I took care of James whenever I wasn't studying for months, and my aunt helped out when I wasn't available. When James was 9 months old, our father brought his new girlfriend, now stepmother, to live with us just 4 months after our mother's death. I didn't get along with her because I suspected that she and our father had been having an affair while our mother was still alive. However, she became James' primary caregiver and raised him like her own son. After a troubled first year, we managed to keep our balance by ignoring each other. We only fight when she wanted to legally adopt James. She tried like 5 times, which my maternal grandparents and myself objected to. In the end, my father agreed to wait until James was old enough to decide for himself. I went to college in the same city as my maternal grandparents when I was 17, but I visited my brother every weekend that I could. Now, I live in the same city as my grandparents with my boyfriend, and we often play online games with James. Unfortunately, our father passed away from a sudden illness caused by an unknown heart disease 3 weeks ago. When I spoke to my stepmother about bringing James to live with me, she didn't react well and said she wouldn't let me take her son. However, I am now James' legal guardian since our father has passed away, and I believe it's in his best interest to live with me in a bigger city with more opportunities and more contact with my maternal grandparents. My stepmother has threatened to go to court to adopt my brother, but I plan to look for a lawyer as soon as possible. She also suggested that we let James choose who he wants to live with, but I don't think it's fair to leave such a difficult decision up to a young child. My paternal family and stepmother's family are calling me a monster and saying that I want to take a child away from his mother. They also say that I won't know how to discipline him. However, I love James just as much as my stepmother does, and I believe it's in his best interest to live with me. My maternal family and fiancé support me, but I'm wondering if am I the a-hole? Am I the a-hole? I rehomed my daughter's dog. I, 60 female, have a daughter, 28 female, who we will call May. May lives with me along with her large dog. Now here is the issue. May is self-diagnosed. I can't say, let alone won't say exactly what it is, but as far as I am concerned, all she has is a classic case of depression. She moved in with me when this all started, and I had no qualms under the condition that she maintain a job, save her money to get back on her feet, and see a therapist or find some sort of way to help manage it. For the past 6 months she has called off work, taken sick, and vacation day after day. And I am pretty sure she is pretty close to losing her job. She saw a therapist for a few weeks but hasn't been back since, and since she has used up her sick leave, I am the one paying for it because her insurance won't cover this particular therapist. Her bedroom is a mess. There is garbage everywhere, dirty dishes, stains, food scraps, and her laundry is just disgusting. I have tried to help when I can, like doing her laundry, but at almost 30 I would expect someone to be able to clean up after themselves. Now onto the real issue. May has a 4-year-old dog. The dog is nice enough, but it's very large and very strong. Whatever the breed is, it requires a lot of exercise, to which May has been slacking in. This is leading to the dog to become very destructive, chewing on the furniture, tearing the pillows and couch, and reliving itself everywhere. I still work. I am gone all day. I am not home to watch or walk this dog. May is. I have told her time and time again that she needs to take care of the dog. She needs to walk the dog. She needs to exercise the dog because I can't. I physically cannot. Her response is the same. I can't. I have depression or a similar response, but with the same underlying meaning. This is where I might be the a-hole. After coming home yesterday night, the dog had made a complete mess in the living room, but the final straw was the fact the dog had torn up my brand new couch. I was livid. I had given her one too many chances and opportunities, but this was it. I called up the neighbor boys, loaded the dog into the car, and took it to the nearest shelter. After coming home a few hours later, May decides to make an appearance to ask where her dog is, and I told her. To the screaming match. I was accused I could have done more for the dog, and if I really loved her and understood her situation, I would have just took care of the dog while she took care of herself. She has now locked herself in her room and is refusing to come out, claiming what I did was redeemable, and everyone will know what a monster I was, and proceed to call up the whole family, dragging them into this nonsense. Now the whole family is involved and divided on this. Am I the a-hole? Would I be the a-hole if I sell and refund my ex-friend's concert tickets that were bought with my card and are under my name? So, 5 months ago I bought pit tickets for a Harry Styles concert that is happening in about a month. The tickets were bought with my card and are all under my name, but I bought 2 tickets for my then friends as well, who later paid me the amount of the tickets. Very short after these tickets were bought, I saw that they were hanging out without me. When I asked them why they stopped inviting me to things and stopped texting me, they answered with, "We don't feel like you ever take any initiative to reach out to us," which I had been doing multiple times without any responses. Since then we have not said a word to each other and they still hang out regularly. I was always very clear about the fact that I respect their wish, and I will accept it and move on, even though it made me sad to have two close friends shut me out. The concert we were all so excited for is now just a few weeks ahead, and the tickets are still on my Ticketmaster account. The tickets cannot be transferred according to Ticketmaster, and the tickets have to be scanned on my phone. I cannot send them screenshots of the tickets and call it a day. I do not want to send them a message or meet up with them since we haven't talked in 5 months, and going to this concert together would be very strange. My question now is, would I be the a-hole to send them both the money they originally sent to me and then sell the 2 tickets and go by myself? Am I the a-hole for not doing more around the house? I, 53 male, think that if you have kids, taking care of the house is a full-time job. If one partner works full-time outside the home and the other doesn't, then the second partner should take care of all of the home stuff. Both my wife, 52 female, and I have full-time jobs outside the home and so agreed to split the chores years ago. I handle the laundry for myself, my wife and our 2 boys, and the grocery shopping. She handles the general house cleaning including the bathrooms, dusting, vacuuming. Though we have robot vacs, so not much to do there, polishing the floors, etc. She does about 75% of the cooking, though when she cooks I end up being her sous chef, and I do about 25%. I handle about 75% of the homework help and she about 25%. In the yard I am responsible for mowing and she for weeding and edging. The issue is that she doesn't make the boys 17 and 13 really do anything, and so ends up doing it all for them, cleaning their bathrooms, their bedrooms, picking up after them, etc. Because of this she gets irritated at times, feeling like she does too much of the work. We've had conversations about it and I am firm that I'm not going to do more just because she won't make the boys clean up after themselves. They are great kids and will absolutely do it if she asks, but she feels like she wants to let them have fun being kids. Once the boys got old enough I started having them mow the yard, so she gets especially irked about that. So am I the a-hole for not doing more housework because she refuses to make the boys take care of themselves? Am I the a-hole for making my GF to get out of bed early? The title is pretty self-explanatory. I, 28 male, have been making my GF, 24 female, get out of bed early in the morning, and I am wondering if I am the a-hole. For context, she has moved back into my place. I live in a large house with my parents about a week ago. She just finished her master's degree in a STEM field, and we have both discussed she should relax for a while before she starts job searching so she can work on her mental health. She suffers from depression and possibly PTSD. I am pushing for her to do it for about 2 months. She does not have to pay any bills. My parents deny her offers of paying for even her own groceries, and I have bought materials for her to explore her hobbies, painting, and keep busy if she so wishes. IWFH, so I try to make her stay as pleasant as possible by bringing her breakfast in bed and trying to provide what she wants within reason, picking up food from specific places for meals, small trips, etc. Now for the actual situation. I have no demands of her except for her to be out of bed by at the latest 10 a.m. I go to her around 9:30 every morning and remind her to get out of bed, but she as always ignores me despite my attempts of getting her out of bed and stay in it until at least 10:30, most of the times passing 11 a.m. I would prefer she would get up around 9 a.m. That is the goal. So, am I the a-hole? Am I the a-hole for not letting the passenger in front of me recline their seat on a flight? I, 25 male, am around 6'5" or 196 centimeters, but my legs are long. Normally I purchase economy plane seats because I have no issue being uncomfortable for a while, especially for shorter flights. I should mention that I take care to never intrude on other people's space around me, although occasionally with another tall person with wide shoulders it can be tight. Last week, I was on a 4-hour international flight with my knees crammed into the seat in front of me. The passenger directly in front of me tried to recline, but realized that my knees were preventing her from doing so. She turned around, gave me a dirty look, and attempted to recline again with more force. I was a little annoyed, but apologized and told her I could not move my legs out of the way without encroaching on the spaces beside me, i.e., moving my legs to the side into other people's spaces, freeing up space for her. She accused me of doing this on purpose just because I wanted more room for myself, calling me in a hole and saying that if I could not fit into a normal economy plane seat, that I should pay extra for an emergency exit seat so that people around me can have more free space. If I'm honest, I feel that people who recline their seats in economy are annoying, and inconsiderate, so I didn't exactly bend over backwards to accommodate for her. For more context, no, I did not check to see if this flight in particular had extra emergency exit seats. Like I said, usually I do not feel the need. I do not often run into issues with seats beside me, although this issue with people in front of me not being able to recline has occurred before, though not always, and has earned me some dirty looks from those in front of me in the past. So, am I the a-hole? Should I pay extra for seats with more leg room so that people in front of me can recline even though this is not always a problem?